In 1971, John Lennon published the song Imagine, and in it he talks about imagine there's no heaven, imagine there's no afterlife, no countries, things like this. Think about this for a moment. Let's imagine it. I think about the woman who has been trapped in bondage in sex slavery for years and dies in that sense. I think of the African American who was falsely accused by a white man so that the white man could be free, and the African American man spent a majority of his adult life, perhaps even his entire adult life, in prison for a crime he never committed. If we imagine that God does not exist, that there's no heaven, then there is nobody who will hear the cries of the injustices that have been done to these sort of folks. We see that if God does not exist, that there's no heaven, then goodness is not rewarded, injustice is not answered, and death is final. Our life, no matter how good or rotten it was, this is it. This is all there is, and that our loved ones, our friends who die, we will never see them again. So if God does not exist, if there's no heaven, it is a terrifying thought. But imagine if there is a heaven, if God does exist, then injustices will be answered, goodness will be rewarded, and death is not final. But how do we know which worldview is correct? How do we know if God exists? The resurrection of Jesus. Jesus himself said that if you killed him, he would rise from the dead, and that would be proof that he was who he claimed. And the Apostle Paul said, if Christ has not been raised, your faith is worthless. So everything rides on the resurrection. If Jesus did not rise from the dead, Christianity is false. And if atheism is true, this is a bitter reality that we would all need to face. But if Jesus rose from the dead, Christianity is true. Injustice will be answered. Goodness will be rewarded. And death is not final.